Alright, very good. Welcome to the show, guys. We'll start a couple minutes early tonight. Hi Garbage Fairy. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. We might have a special guest on at some point this evening. My cat is being rambunctious and has been trying to climb up on me while I'm doing the show, so we got all kinds of stuff to do tonight. And we got, oh, here he is. Yeah, that's Fred. Say hi, Fred. Oh, okay. There you go. He wants to climb up on my shoulder. He'll probably sit there for a bit. All right, buddy. So, all right, there he goes. So tonight, I'm not doing any tutorials tonight. I got a lot of stuff that I need to review, and I got a lot of new stuff on the way, so I decided to kind of double it up, actually triple it up with the reviews tonight. So instead of doing the usual one review plus a tutorial for the second part of the show, tonight I'm actually going to be doing 3 reviews, and one of them is actually kind of a 2-in-1, so it's almost like I'm doing 4 reviews tonight. So quite a bit of stuff to go over, and we got a ton of stuff to give away tonight too. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy the show. So, hey Ja, what's going on? So, man, what are we going to go over tonight? Well, let's see. So tonight we are going to show the AGA-T Plus or the AGA-T 2, depending on where you get it. This device was actually donated by a sponsor for the purpose of review for the show. This was provided by Discount Vapors. So thank you, Discount Vapors. Thank you, Eric, if you're watching. Hi. We're also going to be going over the Piac, which is what this is sitting on top of. This device is from Vapor out in Greece. We'll talk about that. And then we're going to do a review of the Atom and the AMR. But it's kind of a hybrid because the AMR fits directly into the Atom. So we'll do that as one review. So it's really going to be 3 reviews, but it's really 4 reviews. I don't really know how many reviews. Maybe we'll do 10 reviews. I don't know. Go till like 3 in the morning. But so yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got planned for tonight. And I got 4 giveaways tonight instead of the usual 3. So that should be fun. Got some hardware we're going to give away. Got some stuff from RTD Vapor. And a couple juices from Allison Vapeland and Boondock Vapes, so that should be fun. And we got our usual mod news that we'll go over in just a little bit too. So, hey Ghost, Al, nice, a bunch of people popping in, excellent. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Oh, nice, there's Schneck. Oh man. So everybody, it's going to be a party tonight. Everybody's showing up. It's good stuff. So I didn't want to do this like right off the bat, but now we have already got 50 people in the room. We might as well do a giveaway to start things off right? Might as well. So since we got Ja here right now, we're going to get cracking with first giveaway of the night right off the bat. We're going to do a... Oh, are you getting Skype noises in the background? That's funny. I'm actually just going to sign out. Alright, there we go. Oh, Skype and your silly noises. So, anyway, yeah, Allison Vapeland, they're here. They have awesome juice. Most of you guys have heard of them already. If you haven't, you should know who they are because they're awesome and they have delicious juice. And I'm actually vaping. Well, I'm not vaping any right this second technically, but I have some in the AMR that I'm going to be vaping when we talk about that device. Right now, I'm vaping Boondock Vapes, Tropic Thunder. We'll talk about that later, though, because we're doing an Allison Vapeland giveaway first. So, Allison Vapeland giveaway, what we're going to do is, I'm going to switch over to Allison Vapeland here. Boom. Let's do, we'll pick a number from 1 to 50 to get things started. And when I type go in chat, everybody pick a number from 1 to 50, type it in chat, and I'll tell you when to stop. And I'll type stop in chat, and we'll let the random number generator decide who's going to win. So, get ready. Doesn't Alice look nice up there? All right, go. Alright, still got some numbers trickling in, so we'll give it a few more seconds. Teacup, quick, number from 1 to 50. There it is. Alright, couple more seconds. Last minute. Anybody? Anybody? Alright, stop. Let's see what we got. 1 to 50. And... oh, so close, Shaw. Oh, any Hitchhiker's Guide fans will be very pleased with that one. Let's see. What do we got? Any 42s? If nobody picked 42, I'm going to be very upset. Yes, Mac's got 42. Madman Mac. Let's see if we got any other 42s. Nope, that's it. Madman Mac, you are the winner. Well done, sir. I'm going to send you a PM right now with my... oh, maybe I'm not. I can't find your name. Where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. Alright. I'm going to send you a PM with my email address. If you can send me what flavor you want from AllisonVapeland.com, what your NIC content is, VG-PG ratio, and your shipping address, and send that to this email address that's about to come over your screen. Then I'll shoot that over to John Nicole, and you'll have an 18 milliliter bottle of that delicious juice on the way. So, well done, sir. Well done. Alright. Awesome. Starting off with a giveaway. How about that crap, huh? I might as well just say shit. That's fine, too. So, what I'm vaping on right now, like I was saying, I'm on the AGA-T Plus, which is the new AGA. Some of you are probably familiar with it. Some of you may already have this. It's pretty damn good, I have to say. The Piac I'm really impressed with, too. We'll talk more about that later, but I need to take a couple puffs before we keep going. Alright, so let's talk about some news this week. Whole lot of stuff going on with Pravari this week, actually. So, as far as mod news goes, so we talked about the Hippo. It was either last week or the week before. This is the Pravari ring by Sotong. Maybe pronounced that right, maybe pronounced that wrong, not sure. They're available over on Vaporwall, which is a forum if you're not familiar with that. Yes, this has a side button now. The Piac does, yeah. I'm actually going to get into detail about that side button design when I do the review. So you will have to be patient for that, though. So the Pravari ring, I've seen something like this before. This seems to be kind of a little bit nicer design, though. It's different than the Hippo, though. It's just a ring. It's not, it doesn't have the airflow control and everything like the Hippo does. As you can see, this is purely aesthetic. So it turns your Pravari into a straight tube mod for those of us that like to have our atomizer sit flush on the device because we're using a Genesis style or a dripper that has a side hole rather than the venting being through the bottom of the 510 connection. So looks pretty nice. And that's, like I said, it's over on Vaporwall. Um, yeah, Al. You know what? I don't know. I do prefer a bottom button actually, but I don't dislike a side button. It depends on the side button, really. Like the side button on the Atom actually doesn't really bother me because it doesn't really matter how you hold it, like what direction you hold it. You can still fire it either against your palm or with your pinky or whatever. So. Um, But usually like the index finger type side buttons like this one don't work great for me because depending on how you screw the atomizer on, you know, you got to point the air hole toward you, and then the button could be where your thumb is or where your index finger is or where nothing particularly comfortable is. So, um, but anyway, so yeah, so Pravari Ring, it's pretty cool. It's not as fancy as the Hippo. Sorry, got a cat being a dick over here. Other stuff that's going on. Yeah, that is the Atom TI. I got the AMR for it too, and a fancy drip tip that we'll talk about. So the new Pravari. This is the new Pravari. So ProVape has a new styled Pravari. They've got some different engravings on the sides. There's a couple pictures they've got up on their site. I put one of them over here to my left, your right. That's got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which I guess maybe was inspiration for the design. I'm not really sure. And the other one, I believe, was the Space Needle was an inspiration for that design. So they look nice though. I like the new look. So this is the kind of redesigned 2.5 from ProVape. Oh, nice. Adam's on. Adam is actually joining us from on the other side of the world right now. Now, did you get the 2.5, Ja? So you got one of these guys? Nice. Very nice. What color did you get? Please tell me you got pink. Pink? Oh. Well, pink is the new black, so either way you got black, I guess. So. But, oh, okay. See, I would have thought the other way around, but whatever. So, got the new Pravari, the 2.5. Looks really nice. Functionally, I don't believe there are any differences. However, speaking of functionality on the Pravari pass-through. This is a new item available from ProVape starting sometime in February. It's a electronic unit that screws into the base of it replaces the base of your Pravari, and you can plug your Pravari in and use it as a pass-through. Pretty cool. So, you know, it's nice to have a battery mod that's got the kind of battery life of a Pravari, and then also be able to turn it into a pass-through. So if you want to use it as if you want to use like your Pravari Mini, which has decent battery life, better than like an Ego or something like that, but not necessarily as good as, or obviously not as good as like an 18500 Pravari or one with the extension for the 18650. You can use this setup while you're at work or at your computer, so you don't have to worry about draining your batteries. So pretty cool. Did you get a you're getting a pass-through as well, Ja? Or you're planning on getting one, or what's the story there? Are you like in bed with them and they sent you a prototype? Oh, whoa. Crazy. You already got one. Is it even available yet? Are you revealing their trade secrets on my show, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this? Oh man, I'm screwed. I'm gonna get a cease and desist letter from ProVape tomorrow morning. That'll be fun. So yeah, I showed the picture, but the picture is available. Thanks, Mac. The picture's on the internet. It's available for sharing. I didn't tell anybody I have it. I don't have it, or do I? So anyway, so that's the Pravari pass-through. What else is going on? This is a good one. Boom, recall. So, SLB, who actually, as far as the Chinese manufacturers are concerned, is actually one of the more reliable manufacturers. They're the makers of the Kago that Hoosier carries, which is a really great unit. It's actually a knockoff of the Ego, but I find that, or at least in my experience and from talking to other people, I've found that it's actually more reliable than the original Ego from Joytech. But anyway, the Vapros or Vapros or whatever you want to call it got recalled. Evic's got a recall going on as well. Yeah, I don't think that was this week when it was announced, though. Maybe last week. I'm not sure. I know, they had issues with the Vamo springs as well. Everything's got issues in V1. Now, so this is kind of a cool device. It's an all digital. Like, I mean, obviously they're trying to make this look like like an iPod, but it's a box mod from SLB. It's called the Vapros, but they were having issues with the device firing just, whenever the hell it wanted to. And, even with it locked, it'll say on the screen that it's locked and then it's still firing. And then there was another issue with it where you would fire it, and instead of it stopping the current when you let go of the button, it would just like gradually lower the current down to 0, and in some cases not all the way to 0, which is also problematic. So continue to fire at a very, very low voltage. So, yeah, the Vapros, you could probably get one real cheap right now if you wanted, because they got recalled, but I don't recommend it, since, it'll probably fire in your pocket and burn a hole in your pants, but, or maybe blow up. I don't know. I don't think that happened yet. Anyway, I do think it's funny, though, that it actually says on the device, Vapros V1, like they knew right off the bat that there was going to be a problem with it, so they're like, just so you know, this is the V1. There's going to be more versions coming out, obviously, or we wouldn't call it the V1. So, just so you know what you're getting into. At least they're almost honest and letting everyone know that you're essentially an alpha tester for them, which is good. So that's something. But the thing I was disappointed with, though, is the fact that it was SLB, because that has been a relatively reliable vendor. I have not tried the Vapros yet. Yeah, the Vapros has not been the same since we lost Steve Jobs. Well done, Ja. It's true. It's just not innovative anymore. They're just stealing ideas from Evic now. I couldn't think of a little green robot mod. Somebody make one. So. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Wait for the Android version. What else we got? Take a look at this guy. Speaking of knockoffs. Now this, I had to put this on here because this just came out this week, and I think it's hilarious, the timing, because I also got my my Atom TI this week. So check this guy out. The Rainbow Heaven. Oh yeah, that is a sweet name. So this guy's not available in the US just yet. I mean, unless you want to order it from Alibaba. But how funny is this, guys? Seriously? Come on, really? Look at that. I mean, really. Now, I know that the Atom, might be kind of a knockoff of the GGT, which is the Golden Greek Transform, which is no longer in production. It's an older Golden Greek mod. A lot of people knocked on Atom when this came out, or knocked on Team Rampage when the Atom came out, because the design does have a lot of similarities. It's very, very similar to the GGT, but it's got the nice little decorative rings, and there's some things that are different about it. But seriously, I mean, like, this is just a blatant knockoff. It's even got the little decorative rings and everything, so I thought that was kind of funny. It is kind of cute, though. I mean, it's nice that it comes in all the different colors. I mean, Smoke Tech Natural, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure who the manufacturer is on this one. So, but yeah, that's the rainbow heaven for you right there. Looks just like the Atom. Kind of funny. So, let's see. I think that's all we got for news. Yeah, that's all we got for news for now. Well, since we're done with the news segment, I might as well give some more crap away, right? Well, it's not crap, actually. Now, here's the funny thing. When I was preparing for the show tonight, I forgot to change the graphic on here. So, Randy, if you're watching, I apologize. But we are, in fact, not giving away a multimeter this week from RTD Vapor. However, we do have a giveaway from RTD Vapor. It just doesn't happen to be the multimeter that's pictured in the center there that we gave away last week. So, what we are giving away this week from RTD Vapor, yeah, exactly, lulz. What we're giving away this week from RTD Vapor is a roll of 50 feet of 28 gauge Kanthal A1 for basically a lifetime supply of 28 gauge wire. Which is my personal favorite wire for rebuildables. It's probably not the best choice for. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say that. I was going to say it might not be the best choice for people using an electronic mod that's VV, like a Provari or something like that. But that's actually not necessarily true, because you're going to be able to do more wraps and keep the ohms low. So, you know, I mean, you could get, depending on the device, you could get 6-7 wraps and be under 1.5 ohms. So get a lot of surface area, a lot more a lot more juice vaporizing, and get more flavor out of it. So yeah, 50 feet of 28 gauge A1 Kanthal. Well, it's not actually a lifetime supply, but if you use more than 50 feet of 28 gauge, I'd be surprised. So yes, 36. Yes, the higher the gauge, the higher the ohms you're going to get. The higher the ohms per inch is going to be. So I use 28 most of the time. Sometimes I use 30. Very rarely I'll use 32. I don't really see an application for 36, to be honest with you, unless you're building like super tiny coils. Or unless you, or you might just like a really low wattage vape, so you want a high resistance. That's also a possibility too. But anyway, yeah, so let's give this stuff away. And hi, Eric, sorry. Let's see. Oh, if you want over 2 ohms, you might want to try bumping up to 34 gauge then. Just keep in mind, though, the higher the gauge you work with, because it's thinner, it's going to be a little more difficult to work with. It's easier to get hot spots when you're working with thinner wire. And you also might want to try, if you haven't tried building a coil this way, try wrapping it around a bolt so that you can get the coil really tight without the wires touching each other. That's actually how I do it. So, you know, I actually have not used the AGA-T. Oh, between the T2 and the T Plus, actually I think it's the same device. I do believe. Between the original AGA-T and the AGA-T Plus / T2, I actually don't know, because I've never used the original AGA-T. I only know the Plus. So, yeah, I think the air hole is a different size, and the wick hole is a different size as well, from the first one to the newest one. But the 2 and the Plus are the same. But before I answer any more questions, let's do the giveaway here. Hold on. Cheesy. You're flirting on side cam. That's good. Nice work. Let's see. How many people we have in here right now? 59. Good lord. Can't believe so many people feel like listening to me. That's amazing. We'll do one to, you know what? I'll do 1 to 75. Why not? Just in case. Squishing brains, flirting, eating brains. I don't know. Yeah, 59, dude. So when I say go, Type a number between 1 and 75 into chat and get all your numbers in before I say stop. Then we'll pick a random number, and then I'll need your address so I can send you some wire if you win. All right, sweet. And go. If there's a decimal place in there, Jaw, then you might actually win. We'll see. All right, let's give it a few more seconds. Get your numbers in while you can. Any more last minutes? All right, there's the last minute. And stop. Oh, I see what you did. All right, let's see who wins. 53. Uh-oh, I know there was more than 153. Let's see. 53s. We've got, or maybe there wasn't. Bushmaster. And no, actually I was wrong. It was a 52 and a 53. So Bushmaster, congratulations. You just won yourself 50 feet of 28 gauge Canthal. And I am going to send you a PM right now with my email address. If you can email me your shipping address and just mention in there that you won the 28 gauge Canthal, and I will send that over to Randy at RTD Vapor. And he'll get that out to you right away. And there's my email address for you. Congratulations. Yeah, 50 feet. That's going to last you a long time. I hope. If it doesn't, then you have some serious issues with building too many coils. Let's see here. All right, awesome. So, thank you, RTD Vapor, for providing the wire for the giveaway. I don't know if you're watching, Randy, but appreciate it. If you guys aren't familiar with RTD Vapor, then you really should be, because they've got every battery you can possibly imagine. They've got great deals on batteries, multimeters, all kinds of stuff that a lot of other vendors don't carry. And I have spent way too much money with them. But for good reason. So let's get on to the first review, shall we? All right. Hey, Crimson, what's going on? First review, we're going to talk about the AGA-T Plus, which I've got sitting on top of a Piac right now. So, AGA-T Plus, I got from these guys, Discount Vapors. Don't worry about the little thing on the right hand side there. Discount Vapors provided the AGA-T Plus for me. Got a little surprise after we do the review, but you'll see. So the AGA-T Plus, it comes in a little box that looks like this. AGA-T Plus. Focus. Oh my god. Ah, it hates me. Alright, well, it comes in a little box that you can almost see that's a little blurry. The box is actually blurry is the problem. So, and then inside the box, you get some goodies. I haven't actually opened this yet. You get a couple of screws, extra nuts, extra O-rings, a little plastic, I believe that's an insulator, and then you also have a little bit of mesh and wire that they give you in there as well. So you really got everything you need to get it set up initially at least once. That comes in the box with it. Now the AGA-T also comes with an extra tank. Stock has the plastic tank. This is a poly tank on there. And it also comes with a, I believe it's a borosilicate glass tank. And I'll show you that here in just a second. And that's what I have on the device right now. So this is the AGA-T Plus. All right, maybe it'll focus for me, maybe it won't. There, look at that, shiny. So yeah, I mean, so let's talk about this thing. It's I have to say, it works pretty damn well. You know, there are things that I don't like about it. You shouldn't have asked that question, River. I know the answer to that already. So it's a nice device. I mean, I have to say, I like it. It's nice. It's a 22 millimeter device, which I like because that means it's going to match up on the 22 millimeter mods. So it's going to match up really nice and look clean on a Caravella, GP Paps. It'll look good on a 69 mod. It'll look good on a Chi-U. You know, all of the 22 millimeter mods out there, it's going to look nice. The Piac is just a tiny bit wider. You can see there's like a tiny bit of a lip, but not much of one. I believe the Piac is 22.6 millimeters in diameter versus the 22. So it's really, I mean, it does look nice though. So as far as how it vapes well. I mean, you guys have seen me puffing on this as we've been doing the show. It's pretty decent vapor, and the flavor is pretty good. Is it perfect? No, but I mean, for the price, yeah, it's pretty goddamn good. And there are a lot of things I like about it. The build quality is actually decent. I don't know what grade the stainless steel is. It's probably not the type, it's probably not as high a grade of stainless steel as you get on some of the nicer devices. I doubt it's like a 304 or a 316, or is it 306 and 314? I don't remember. But anyway, it's not surgical stainless steel, but it's got a lot of things that I like about it. I mean, it has a pretty good size capacity. It probably holds about 3 to 4 milliliters of juice. It does hold 3 to 4 milliliters of juice. I haven't tried to fill it all the way to the top, but I bet you could fit 4 mil in there, at least 3.5. It's very secure, which I like about it as well. It's not screw-on top like the other one, like the old AGA-T. It is not a screw-on. I'm shaking this pretty vigorously, holding it by the cap, and it is not going anywhere. Because it's got a nice, snug double O-ring set up there. So as you can see, double O-ring all the way across the sky. I like that. It doesn't even have grooves on the inside for the O-rings, but it doesn't need them. It's secure without them. I do wish the wick hole was a little bit bigger. It's a 2.5 mil. I like a 3 mil just so I like making a fat wick. Yes, joke all you want. But yeah, I mean, it vapes well. I like that it comes with the glass tank because sometimes I do like to vape some volatile stuff. Like I do like fluid. I do like menthol juices, and I do like some acidic stuff, like some of the citrusy, fruity juices that'll probably eventually eat through a tank. Not like fluid that's going to destroy a tank in a half hour, but yeah, but it vapes well. Now, it's got the adjustable throat hit, which I like. Again, I don't really use it too much, but it's got it, which is nice. It also doesn't have Allen key screws. The screws are just a small Phillips head. Let's see if you can see that there. The screws are a small Phillips head. Come on, you son of a bitch. Will you focus, please? There we go. It's a small Phillips head and a large Phillips head. And then you get 3 little nuts in the center that are meant for tightening with your fingers. And it's got the fill hole. It's only got the 1 wick hole, so you can't set up a U wick on here, and you can't set up a. Actually, I guess you could set up a dual coil. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry. You can set up a dual wick. You can't set up a U wick, just because of the way it's designed. Because the holes are too. They're. If you see it the way that they're lined up there, the wire would actually cross the positive post in the center to make a U wick. If that makes sense. But yeah. And like I said, it does vape pretty well. Now, as far as stuff that I don't like about it, oh, sorry, I missed the, how do you keep the coil from touching that nut on the ground? Keep the coil from touching the nut on the ground. I'm not sure, oh, the screw on the ground. I'm not sure what you mean, Ghost. Keep the coil from touching the screw on the ground. The screw, you mean the negative post? Okay. How do you keep the coil from touching it? It's spaced out pretty well. I mean, maybe it wasn't on the original one, but there's enough space there. Here, let me. I mean, and I've got 28 gauge wire on here too. It's not that close. Can you see that? There's a little space there. Focus, you son of a cock. Oh, come on. Hold on. It'll work eventually. There, see? There's space there. See what I'm talking about? So yeah, there's enough space. I don't know if that was the case on the original AGA. Like I said, yeah, the wick shouldn't be leaning to the side. It's actually doing that because I was fiddling around with this and I twisted it and shifted the wick by accident. But, it doesn't really affect how it vapes though, so it's not a big deal. So things I don't like about it. The air hole's a little tiny bit too small. I like a 1.2 millimeter air hole, which is kind of like my sweet spot. I don't, to quote Doc Dave, the maker of the Bliss, I don't like an air hole that you can fly a plane through. You know, I think that that's just for people that are trying to, you know, impress with the amount of vapor that they're exhaling, which I mean, it doesn't taste like anything with the giant air hole. You know, yeah, it's great that you can puff out a lot of vapor, and you know, it does look cool, but it doesn't taste like anything. You get sharper vapor with a smaller air hole, but it's a little too small. I like to take a lung hit, and it's a really stiff draw to draw directly into my lung. The top chamber is a little big, so the vapor does have some space to cool off a little bit. I do prefer a little bit warmer vapor. Not a huge deal. Like I said, the grade of the steel is not great. Now, keep in mind, everybody, that I mean, to put this in perspective, I'm comparing this to some of the higher-end devices out there. So, overall, this device works well. I do have one major issue with it, though, which I'll get to in a little bit. But you know, it's solid. It works well. It's a good device. I mean, for the price, like, what's it, like $20? Over on Discount Vapors, I think it's $20, $19.99, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that, especially when, you know, the least expensive of the high-end devices that you're going to be able to get your hands on are going to be, you know, $80, $90. So, That alone makes it awesome, especially because you're getting a quality vape for the price. But the big issue that I have with this device is the spacing of the wick to the positive post, okay? This device is, a lot of people are referring to this as like a stepping stone device. A Genesis Genesis atomizer to, you know, introduce someone into the world of Genesis style atomizers. I disagree. This is not a device for a beginner. The price point is great if you want to try something out, but know that you are going to have to fiddle with it, and you're probably going to fuck up setting it up a few times, especially if this is the first Genesis style atomizer that you've ever used. So yeah, you're probably going to swear at it. Like Ghost, this was the first device that, or the AGA-T, the original one, this was the first Genesis style device that you used, right? And then you kind of gave up on Jenny's for a while. I totally see why, man, because if this had been the first device that I had ever tried, I would have thrown it across the room and given up on Jenny's completely. Now, that said, oh, the Chid. I actually haven't tried the Chid. I've used a regular Did, but I haven't tried the Chid. So, actually, now, Dark Moon, I actually do think that this is the best affordable Genesis style, if you're willing to make one tweak in particular. So, alright, I just want to show something to you real quick. So most Genesis style atomizers, the wick hole is going to be relatively close to the positive post. If you can see here, again, let's try, I might actually switch off autofocus for this. Hold on a sec. Well, let's turn off autofocus, and we'll do it this way. There we go. Alright, so the there is a giant space there between the wick and the positive post, okay? So what that's going to do is that's going to make it really difficult for somebody that's never done this before to avoid getting a hot leg on the top there, and having that thing glow red when you're firing it, okay? You can do it without modifications, and I'm not claiming to be an expert here. I just used the Peter K method, which is the easiest way to do it. This is the one that I talked about last week, where you use the drill bit and wrap the coil around that, then slide the wick down snug inside it. I did that. Didn't have any hot spots. Works great. So, however, it's not going to work every time like that. What I recommend is get a stainless steel washer. Okay. I don't know the dimensions. I personally didn't do this. Oh, autofocus. Thank you. That's why we have chat, so people can tell me I'm an idiot and I can not make a fool of myself. Thank you. So what I would do is put a washer in between the two top nuts on there. What that'll do is that'll allow you to run that top leg that right now is super far away from the positive posts. It'll allow you to run that across the washer so that the distance between the contacts is much smaller. You're going to be much less likely to have an issue with hot legs like that. So, well, I appreciate it. I'm working on one screen here, and I've got stuff covering up what I look like. So, I don't know, Dark Moon Dreamer. I'm not sure what size washer because I didn't use a washer. So what I would do is I would take it with you to a hardware store, or you know, you actually, if you look online, you might see there might be some videos that talk about the modifications to it. You know, what size washer to use. I'm actually not 100% sure though. So yeah. You're going to have to figure that one out on your own, sorry. But if you do that, it's going to make it a lot easier to set up. Like I said, It's not impossible to set up without doing that. I have it set up that way, and I am not an expert. Um, but it is going to be a pain in the ass, and I could definitely see people getting frustrated with Genesis style atomizers because this one is not really a beginner device, even though it does vape well. It's definitely the best bang for your buck, for sure. You're not going to find a better atomizer for under $30 that's a Genesis style atomizer. Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion, bottom line. So, you know, it's got some major issues. One major issue. It's got some other stuff that I don't love about it, but all in all, it performs well. It gets a good amount of voltage to the coil. I'm getting a decent vape. The flavor is good because it's got a small air hole. I wish the air hole were a little bigger and the top chamber were a little smaller, so you get the same flavor but a little more warmth and a little more vapor production. But it's good. What can I say? The thing's pretty damn good. So yeah, so Dark Moon, I would just take a look online. I'm sorry, did Hill ask a question and I missed it? Oh, I don't know. Sorry if I missed stuff in chat, guys. So yeah, that's the AGA-T Plus. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I would not call it a beginner's device. However, it can be made easy to set up with just by adding a washer. So not a huge deal. What's that? An extra, 20 cents on top of the $20 atomizer. It's really a pretty damn good deal. Love the fact that you get the glass tank with it too, so you can vape whatever the hell you want in there. So yeah. All right, now that we're done with the AGA-T Plus, I'm going to move on to what I've got on the bottom of this device here. This is the Piac. The Piac. Oh, actually, hold on one sec. First of all, let me just do this. So, as I said, that AGA-T Plus came from Discount Vapors. Just want to put their link in the chat there. Now, the Piac is from these guys, Vapors. Vapors is the creator of the DID. Discount Vapor shipping is stupid fast. And Eric has very good customer service as well. He's a great guy. The Piac. So, this little bad boy is not cheap. This guy's over $200. So, it's not a cheap mod. It is also not a cheap quality device. This thing's pretty impressive. We'll get into the details here in a moment. But so this is what it looks like. The machining on it is just absolutely gorgeous. I got the brushed version. That's the button. It's got the little signature on there. I got the brush finish all the way down, as you can see, and then the caps have little kind of, not vents, but I guess they look like vents, but they're not actually vents. Well, the ones on the bottom actually has vents, but they're kind of decorative, and there's like little slots on the sides, and then on the other side, opposite the button, you got the Vapors logo. So this device comes with the, one moment please, comes with the button assembly. This will already be assembled. It's got they call this the shirt. This little piece that kind of, I don't know if you can see that center piece there, but this is actually not attached, so you can press the button in and twist this. Here, I'll show you. Oh, and twist it. and you can lock the button. See how that is there? And you can keep twisting it so that the button's not exposed at all. But basically, you press the button down halfway, and then you turn it, and it locks the button in place so that you don't have it fire off in your pocket, which is pretty cool. Then you get the tubes with what they call pants. See that? So this is the pant for the 18650. This is the tube, and the pant slides over the tube like so. So the tube has a really nice snug tight fit around the battery, and then the pant that fits over it is what brings it to that 22.6 millimeter diameter. And then you have the base, which is properly vented, of course, and I'm going to screw that back in there. It also comes with a little baggie of goodies. What is in the baggie is there's some replacement parts, springs, and there's also a little button alignment tool, which is basically so that when you dismantle the button assembly, if you want to clean the inside of it, you can set it back up with the button lined up properly. I actually had an issue with that, and I didn't realize what the hell that thing was for, and the customer service over at Vapor helped me out with that. So good customer service over there too. You also get with it all three tubes. So you get the 18650 with its pant, as you can see here, and then you get the 18500 or 490, whatever you want to call it, with its pants too. So you get quite a bit for your money, but again, you know, it is not a cheap device. Now, what's cool about this? The machine quality is exceptional. The style, I think it looks awesome. I mean, it's just a cool looking device. The way the button works is absolutely fantastic. So I'm not going to disassemble this button. I'm just going to explain the way that this works here. So basically you have the button, behind the button, there's a plastic piece that has a silver-plated brass rod in it, and then behind that silver-plated brass rod is a slot. The top pin and the bottom pin, the top pin that comes from the AGA-T and the bottom pin that comes from the battery, both fit into that slot, like so. And then you have a rod that's over here. And when you press the pin in, so you have, here, my thumb is the, you see this? So it's like this. And then you have the pin that comes in from the side. Pretend my thumb's still there. And when you press the button, it lines up, and it pushes into the slot, and actually pushes the slot, and the pins slide into that rod. So you have the other one down here, and that's how it makes the connection. Does that make sense? Probably not. I don't really care. You'll figure it out. But, so it's kind of an innovative design. Not completely new. It's similar to the way the design works on the 69 mod. The thing that's really cool, it makes it a little bit high maintenance, not ridiculous, but all the contacts in the device, the spring, the top pin, the battery pin, and that rod inside the button mechanism, all are pure silver, 0.999 silver, plated brass. And it's fairly thick plating for electroplating too. I believe it's 15 microns thick, which I don't really know anything about electroplating, but from what I understand, that's thick. And silver is incredibly conductive. So you get almost no voltage drop from this device. It hits harder than anything that I've ever used, any mechanical mod that I've ever used before, even more so than the Chiyu and the Carabella. Not by a lot, but I mean, You know, I have an AGA-T sitting on this, and then I put it on another device, and I hit it, and it's like night and day. It's actually pretty amazing. It is the best conductor, yeah. So it's really cool. Silver-plated brass. I mean, you can see it looks white. I'll show you what the replacement spring looks like real quick. But this is silver-plated brass right here. Boom, 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 boom. Cooperate. Well, it's got another spring attached to it, but you'll get the idea. Hold on. So that is. Hold on. That is silver-plated brass right in front of your screen. See how it's white there? Yep. So now, what makes it high maintenance is silver tarnishes, and you do have to clean the contacts. It's really easy. You could just take the silver contacts out of the switch and take the spring out, and soak them for a couple minutes in baking soda. You can also use a polish if you want to. I believe Jim from Vapors, the guy who invented this thing, recommends that you use the baking soda, because if you polish it, you're eventually going to wear the silver plating off. I mean, it would take a while, but you would eventually wear it off. So that's really the only negative that you get with the silver, is that it does tarnish, so you got some maintaining. But the conductivity on it is fantastic, and the thing hits like a train. I am thoroughly impressed with the device. Like I said, the build quality is awesome. If I were gonna bitch about it, it's a little tall. If there's anything that I don't like about it, it's a little tall. You know, just to compare it to the Atom, you see the Atom is just a little bit taller right now, but the Atom I have set up with the kick tube on it right now. So this is the Atom with the 18650 plus the kick tube. So you take the kick tube off, and you know, this is a good, you know, 3/4 of an inch taller, the Piac is. Not a huge deal. I mean, and you get all 3 tubes with it, so use a smaller battery. Other things I don't like about it, because of the slotting that you have here, the decorative slotting, I do find that the edges on that, like when you rub your finger over it, I mean, you're not going to cut yourself, but they do feel a little bit sharp. I can see, you know, getting a, you know, maybe it catching on the cloth in your pocket or something like that, but not a huge deal. Yeah, I mean, that's really it that I have to complain about. Oh, and maybe, and this is real anal. I wish it were 22 millimeters rather than 22.6 millimeters, so that the atomizers were completely flush on. Again, not huge deal. I'm going to put the AGA-T back on here for a moment so that I actually have something to vape. And take a couple of puffs off of this guy here. So, yeah. There it is, the Piac. Ah! I'm an idiot. There we go. So, yeah, I didn't screw the AGA-T in. But anyway, yeah, that's the Piac. Thing's awesome. It hits like a truck. The silver contacts make it hit like a truck. It's really well designed. It's a little tall. It's the only thing I have the only complaint. Maybe I give it a 9.5 out of 10 rather than a 10. But it's awesome. It's a wonderful mechanical mod. Oh, you know what? Make it a 9 out of 10. I do prefer a bottom button, just because of what I was talking about earlier, where you don't have to, you know, when you put a Genesis style on top of it, you have to worry about where the air hole is. So that's really the only drawback. So yeah, that's the Piac from Vapors. It's awesome. I like it a lot. It's really nice. All the stuff that Vapors does is good. It all performs well. You know, Jim knows what he's doing over there. The did's really good. The short did's really good. The Gemini's really good. Although I think it looks ugly. It looks like a space shuttle from the 60s. But it looks, you know, it works well. The mini did, it hits like a truck. I haven't tried the Team-On yet, but it's great. Yeah, actually. Now I'll take another head off of it. Hold on. Hold on a sec. When I took it apart, I moved one of the pins. Un momento, por favor. Another nice thing about it, really nice thing about it, actually. Pins, adjustable. So you can screw them in and out to make sure that your AGA-T sits flush, which I like. I like when there's no gap in between the atomizer and the mod. That's nice. Let's see if I've unscrewed it enough. There you go. Yeah, I just used, it's just a screwdriver. It's just a flathead. The pin inside there, it's actually reverse threaded, so that when you tighten the atomizer down, it doesn't also tighten down the pin, which is another nice thing. They really thought about it. They really thought about everything with the design with this thing. So, reverse threaded adjustable pin. It's nice. I'm gonna take another hit on it here. It's good. Decent vapor production. That's really more the AGA, but it hits like a train. And like I said, I put this atomizer on a different mod. It doesn't hit that hard. That's the bottom line. So yeah, I like the Piac a lot. It's pretty awesome. So, here's the surprise. Well, not really a surprise, but time for another giveaway, okay? And then we're going to do more reviews. I know you guys are getting sick of it by now, but, slightly used AGA-T Plus. I'll clean it out, don't worry. I'll give it a good soak in pure grain alcohol, just so I get all my cooties off of it for you. But you, if you win, will actually win this AGA-T Plus that I'm showing right now on my show. And if you want, I'll leave it set up for you. I will clean it, though. Yeah, the giant cooties cost extra. It's true. So, and this was provided by Eric over at Discount Vapors. So let me switch over to that real quick. So let's see, what do we got in the room? Let's do 75 again. So yeah, AGA-T Plus. Pick a number from 1 to 75. When I type go in chat. Ready? Go. I'm gonna keep vaping on your what you're about to win in the meantime. Alright, give it a few more seconds. Get the last minute numbers in before I type stop. 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh, I'll count the 32, Magus. It's okay, it's okay. I'll count that. No, you're fine. It's okay. Alright. Let's see what we got. That'd be really funny if it was 32. And 41. Oh, sorry, man. Let's see, who got 41? I saw 42. Knight had 42. Were there any 43 or 40s? Let's see. I think 42 is the winner. I didn't see a 40 in there. Unless I'm not. Alright. Nice try, Alan. Knights, that's you. Congratulations, you just won yourself a slightly used AGA-T Plus. I didn't get, I try not to get too much saliva on it. I do have a little bit of a drooling issue, but, you know, I'll try to get most of it out for you. So I'm going to send you my email address, and if you could just send me your shipping address, and mention in there that it was for the AGA-T Plus, I will get that off to you tomorrow. And that is my email address. So just make sure you get that email off to me. Yeah, congratulations, man. Well done. And thank you, Discount Vapors, for providing a wonderful toy for us to play with and give away tonight. So, all right, let's see. What do we got next on tap? More reviews. Oh my God. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the TI Atom so that I can vape on it. Okay, actually, all right. So what you get with the TI Atom is basically what you see here. You get the TI Atom. Titanium Atom. It is obviously colored dark blue. I think it looks nice. It's got a brass firing button. It's got a lot of similarities to the GG Transform. 510 connection on the top. Adjustable pin. And it comes with a little baggie of extra springs. They give you like 6 extra springs, which is great. All brass contacts. So you get good conductivity. It's a nice mod. You know, it's not telescopic. It's a different take on telescopic. So, yes, exactly. And you get a free Ziploc bag, too. It's pretty awesome. A free Korean Ziploc bag. So this comes from Korea, if you didn't know, by the Team Rampage mods. They have various different versions of the Atom. They have a stainless steel, they have a gold, they have a chrome. This is the titanium. They all have different colored, you know, they call these the decorative rings here. Yeah, I mean, overall it's a good mod. If you've used a GGT, it's basically the same thing. I mean, it's got the lock mechanism on the side of the button here. So you just twist this little guy here to lock and unlock it. I don't know if you can see that there. Focus on the goddamn mod. There it is. Okay. And then internally, it's got, I mean, again, similar setup to the GG. It's got the Delrin brass base inside the or Delrin brass contact inside the base with the brass spring in the center there. Okay, and you can see the bottom cap is vented properly as well. All right, and then all of these little sections you can dismantle. So each one of these comes off. So this little part right here is the kick ring if you want to use the 18650, and then if you want to use 18500, you use the base with that little ring, I believe, and then if you want to use an 18350, it's just the base and the top cap. And if you want to use 18650, you use the 2 larger tubes plus the top cap. The machining on it externally is really nice, and the finish looks really nice, and the color looks really nice. It's got a slotted top cap, so you can use different, you know, anything that's got a Bottom venting on it you can use on here, or obviously you can use your Genesis style, and it does have the adjustable pin in there so that you can get your atomizer to fit flush on it. It's 22 millimeter, so any 22 millimeter atomizer is going to look really nice on here and fit nice and flush. What I don't like about it, the threading doesn't seem like it's got a lot of polish. I mean that figuratively and literally. It really doesn't seem like they buffed the threads. The threads on it are actually kind of rough. It doesn't have that kind of buttery smooth threading like you have on like a Caravella or on a Chi-Yu or you know, on a lot of other mods actually. That's really the only complaint. I actually like the button a lot. You know, I do like a bottom button, but the nice thing about a button like this, where you have it on the side, is it kind of, I mean, it essentially functions like a bottom button, except you don't have to worry about when you put it down whether or not you put the lock ring on it or tighten the lock ring. So that's cool. But I mean, but when I say it functions similar to a bottom button, I mean, it doesn't matter how you hold it. You can fire it. You can fire it with the palm of your hand, with the ball of your thumb. You can fire it with your pinky, index finger. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter which way it's facing. You just squeeze the whole thing in your hand and it fires. So, you know, it's not like a side button on the top where you're pressing it with your index finger or your thumb, and you kind of need to position it right and like kind of, you know, figure out how to. But yeah. So I like the mod just as a mod. Itself, I like the mod. I'd probably give it like a maybe. You know, if we're calling a Caravella a 10, then I would probably give this a 7.5. It's nice. I like it. It's a good mechanical mod. Now, where this guy really shines, in my opinion, is, one moment please, is when you put this guy on top of it. Okay, this is the AMR. Now, I personally do not have a lot of experience with top-fed Genesis style atomizers. I am quite sure that somebody in this room has much more experience than I do. I have never used a G-Tank. I have never used a Cyclone. This is my first top-fed Genesis-style atomizer. I will explain to you what that means briefly, or in a moment. I'll get to that when I start talking about the AMR. So, but man, this thing is awesome. It vapes awesome. It's got really good flavor. It's not quite as warm as I like, and I think it's just because of the distance that the vapor has to travel inside the mod, or inside the atomizer. But goddamn, this thing is awesome. And I could chain vape the shit out of this thing, just puff and puff and puff and puff, and it just keeps going. I mean, like, here, I'll show you. Right? Fuck. That's awesome. Like, why? Like, all I've ever heard is people bitching about top-fed Genesis-style atomizers. I mean, unless there's something about the design of this device that's vastly different from the way that other Genesis, top-fed Genesis-style atomizers work, I don't understand the problem. Maybe this device is just that awesome. Again, I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. I wish I did. In fact, because of the fact that I don't have anything to compare it to, for those of you who have become regular viewers, I actually purchased a Tsunami today so that I can compare them. The Tsunami is the hybrid that's made by Witcher, which is the guy that made the Cyclone, which is another top-fed Genesis. It's a top-fed Genesis-style hybrid. So we'll talk about that too. That one is called, the name of this one, Dark Moon, or the name of the one I was just referring to? Yes. Oh, this one, okay. um, so this one is the Atom. The mod is called the Atom. So this is the titanium one. The atomizer is called the AMR. It stands for Advanced Mesh Rebuildable. First of all, so I mean, let me talk. Hold on, I gotta. So, and I'm also vaping Pumpkin Tumble in this, which if you guys haven't tried this, it's a Allison Vapeland juice that they're working on. It's like a pumpkin. I don't know. I guess it tastes like a pumpkin muffin. I don't know. It's just it's awesome. I like it a lot. I'm gonna puff on this some more. Hold on. Fucking fantastic. I'm gonna give myself a headache. I'm glad I switched this to 6 Nick. But yeah, it's killer, and it looks great too. I think it looks awesome. I mean, it looks fantastic on top of the Atom. Now, drawback: it's designed specifically for the Atom. Okay. So if you use the AMR on top of the Atom, it is a hybrid. There is no 510 connection there, okay? It does not come with the 510 connection either. So you either have an AMR and an Atom, or you have an AMR with an adapter for something else. Now, it probably fits on other devices as well. I haven't tested it. I'm assuming maybe because it's a 22 millimeter, you might be able to take the top cap off of a Caravella, a Bear Brass mod, a Chiyu, a Gus, a GP Paps, which all have the same threading on the top, and maybe put it on one of those. I don't know if it's the same threading though, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, because they made it proprietary so that you have to use it with the Atom. I don't know though, so I'm not sure. I will test it though. That's really the only drawback as far as usability. It is a little bit of a pain to set up. We'll talk about that here momentarily. So some of the features. As you can see, you can't see your juice. I don't personally mind that. It's actually pretty easy if you do want to see your juice though. You actually just screw this top part off, and you can see how much juice you have because there's a little tank there that's got the juice in it. Okay, and pop that back on. It's also got some other cool features here. It's got this little sliding ring. So if you see where the air hole is, maybe we'll get a little focus. Come on now. Alright, hold on. I'm just going to turn off autofocus for a second. Okay, so you see where the air hole is here. Alright, so where that air hole is, that's where the air obviously comes into the chamber. You can slide this ring right here. Just slides nice and smooth right over that, and it's airtight snug. If you try to puff on this, you cannot pull any air at all. So if there's any liquid inside that chamber, you slide that up before you put this in your pocket, and none of it's going to leak out. It's not going to leak out the top, because if you flip it upside down, the tank is right side up, because it's top fed. So this Genesis style atomizer doesn't leak if you turn it upside down. That's pretty awesome. So it's pocket friendly. You cannot say that about a lot of Genesis style atomizers. So I don't know if the Cyclone is like that, maybe, but anyway, so that's really cool. Very exciting stuff. What else? Let's talk about how this thing is set up. So basically the way that it works is you have, it's upside down, okay? So the bottom of the wick is at the top, and so if you hold it like this, the wick, you can see the top of the wick there. Whoop, almost dripped a little bit of juice there. Now that's just condensation, so and that will not come out of the top because there's a little lip in the top. So the inside, hold on a moment, let me unscrew this here. Oops, I'm unscrewing it from the base. One moment. So the inside is basically set up the same way that you set up any other Genesis style atomizer, except it is actually upside down. So you have the coil at the bottom. Yeah, and I've had autofocus off this whole time, haven't I? Yep. Okay, that's okay. I'm doing mostly close-up stuff. So you got the coil at the bottom. There's a little bit of juice pooling at the bottom there. That's my fault. When you take the bottom, when you take it off, you should turn it upside down so that the tank doesn't leak juice all over the place like I just did there. But not a huge deal. That'll burn off. So the wick is fed from the top. Okay, you can see that little hole that's got an insulator in it there. Those 4 holes around it are where the air comes up to the drip tip when you take a pull on that. So it gets a nice even air circulation through there, and it keeps the coil relatively cool. You have to use a very small wick on this, but it's not an issue with wicking because of the fact that it's upside down. So gravity is helping you wick faster. The positive and negative post are raised, as you can see, so the coil sits about ½ an inch off of the base. There's also a little slot that you can't see because it's filled with juice that the wick sits inside. So it's got a little hole there, basically, that you can use to your advantage, because you can use the Peter K method to set this up. Hold on, turning autofocus off. And I apologize, I'm not paying attention to chat at the moment. So yeah, it feeds from the top. Oh, good night, Al. The name of this Jenny is the AMR. This is the Advanced Mesh Rebuildable from Rampage Mods, the makers of the titanium atom. So yeah, I mean, and then when you you know, want to turn it back upside down, put it in there so you don't flip the tank upside down like I did, and you just line the wick up with that hole, and then screw it in upside down like so, and then you're all set and ready to vape. Thing's a champ. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the way that this thing vapes. I'm gonna do a couple more chain pulls off of it. Hold on. No, Monkey, it is not. Oh man, this thing is awesome. I mean, I could literally sit here and just chain vape on this like this. I do wish it was a little easier to set up. It's definitely not a beginner device. You can use the Peter K method, the drill bit method, like I showed you guys last week, to set it up. It's a little, I don't want to say finicky, but you do really have to get the wick just the right size. I talked to Rampage about how the wick should fit in there, and you actually want the wick to fit into that little insulator that I showed you that fits up inside the tank, looser than you would expect. You don't want it to be snug at all. You actually want it to be a little bit loose, because you need space for air to be able to get into the tank, and that'll help it wick properly. If it's too snug, then it's actually going to create a vacuum and you won't have any air going up into the tank. But what happens is when you pull on this, it's actually creating a little bit of suction inside that pulls the juice down, and obviously you're burning it off as you vape. And yeah, I mean, just the thing is awesome. Really, really like it. I like it a lot more than I expected. After all, I mean, literally, guys, all that I've ever heard people say about Top Fed Jennies is, oh, they suck. I hate them. They're a pain in the ass to set up. I can't get it to work right. Blah, blah, blah. I wish I had something to compare it to. I will soon enough. I'll get back to you on that, whether or not it's just that I got lucky and set it up right the first time. I don't know. Maybe the issue is that, you know, people are setting up wicks that are too snug on other devices like the Cyclone and like the G-Tank. I don't know, but this thing's awesome. Yeah, and as you can see, the vapor production on it is great, which is interesting because it's actually got a really small air hole. The air hole on it, I don't even know if it's 1 millimeter. It might actually be even a little bit smaller than 1 millimeter. So why the vapor production is so great? My guess is it has something to do with the way the air circulates within the mod, because the amount of vapor produced has everything to do with the way that the air travels over the wick, and the wick is in the center rather than the wick being off to the side lined up with the air hole. Not sure. Thing's awesome though. I am a big fan. I'm a big fan of the AMR, and it works well with the Atom. You know, in this case specifically the Atom TI. So I mean, I almost want to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because there are a couple things that I don't love about it. I don't love that you can only use it on the Atom. You know, you need an adapter to use this on the Kijiji TS, for example. I don't love that you can't see the juice, but it's not a huge deal because you can just unscrew the top and you can see it, so it's not really that big a deal. And I wish you could get it in a brushed finish, because I do prefer a brushed finish, but that's really just me being picky. So I guess I would, I mean, and it is a little bit more of a pain in the butt to set up than a regular Jenny, because you got to really get the wicks, you got to really get the wick the right size, or else it's not going to vape properly. But that aside, I love everything about the way this thing performs. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks really cool with this specific drip tip on it, which I don't know if you can see this here. I'm not going to do the focus thing again, so it's either going to focus for you or it's not. There we go. So that little drip tip I think looks great on it. This is actually a titanium drip tip that I got from Vape Syndicate, which is a new vendor that discovered on ECF. It is it's really nice. It's you know, hand lathed and looks awesome, and it looks great on this device. I mean, it's even got the same number of ribs. It was ribbed for my pleasure. Yeah, and it hits like a train, and I love it. Very happy with that device. I honestly, it was not what I expected when I got it. I got it just because I kind of circulate my mods. I get new mods, I get rid of old mods, I get new stuff that I can show on this show and do reviews of on this show. I got it because it was a new device coming out and I wanted to review it on the show. Did not expect it to be as awesome as it is. Highly recommend it. So I stole your thunder. Oh, were you gonna talk about? Were you gonna say something about Vape Syndicate? Sorry, I'm a little behind on the chat. Oh, they're ribbed for my pleasure. Oh, yeah. But yeah, if you want actually sweet drip tips, by the way, Vape Syndicate. I know they're not a show sponsor. Hopefully they will be someday. Maybe we'll give away some free handmade drip tips. That'd be cool. But you should check them out. I'll give you the website here. I don't know how much stock he's got up on the website right now because he literally makes stuff and puts it up on the website. But he makes absolutely gorgeous strip tips. He does stainless steel and titanium. I think most of what he's been working on lately has been titanium. He does colored titanium with different treatment processes. And they're fantastic. So take a look at that site if you want some really nice strip tips. And I hear he makes really good juice too. I haven't tried it yet though. So anyway, yeah, so that's the AMR and the Atom. Do you guys have any questions about either of those, or do you have any questions about the AGA-T Plus or the Piac before we kind of end the review segment for tonight? What size ceramic on the AGA-T Plus? It would be the smaller of the two. The larger one is like 3.175 millimeters, and the smaller one I know is under 2.5. So it would be the smaller of the two, because the AGA-T Plus has it's like a 2.6 millimeter wick hole. You missed the whole thing. Yes, we'll start from scratch. I got another 3 hours. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see. So let's do another giveaway. That sounds good. So this next giveaway is going to be from Boondock Vapes. Boondock Vapes is a juice vendor that, as you guys know who have seen my show before, I discovered at VaporCon. And they do really awesome fruit blends. If you like fruit juices, they do really, really good mixes of different types of fruit flavors. Right now in the AGA-T, actually, I've got this Boondock Vapes. Hold on. I love fruits too. Can you see the name? Tropic Thunder. Yes. Fantastic movie. You never go full retard. It's really good too. It is exactly what you would expect from a juice called Tropic Thunder. It's a very refreshing tropical fruit flavor. It's good. I like it a lot. They have a lot of other stuff I like too. I really like Mojo, which is like a spiced peach. They also do one called Fruit Spunk that's really good. My favorite ones by far from what I've tried, I still haven't tried all of their juices, but my favorite ones by far are the fruit blends. I highly recommend them. In fact, I'm gonna put their link up here in a second. boondockvapes.com. So that's their website if you want to check them out. They're still fairly new. They really got the fruit blends down though, and they have good quality control too. They put a lot of time into each juice and do a lot of testing before anything goes live on the website. And you can tell, you know, they don't have a ton of juices up there, which is you know, is really a good sign of a vendor that puts a lot of time into each juice before they go live. Come on, do it, stop. Sorry, my cat's being a dick again. I'm gonna take another puff of the Tropic Thunder. Good stuff. So, let's do this. Uno momento. Where are you? There we go. Boondock Vapes. Let's refresh the page here. And we'll do, let's do 1 to 75 again. So, you know the drill. When I say go and chat, pick a number from 1 to 75. Now, the deal with this one, Boondock Vapes is giving away a sampler pack. So what you get to do is you get to go to their website and you get to pick 4 different flavors. And what you're going to do is, if you win, you're going to send me an email with the 4 flavors that you want, your nic level and PG-VG ratio, and they're going to send you a sampler pack with 4 different flavors, 6 milliliters of each, so you can get a couple tankfuls of each one. So, when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 75. Ready? Go. All right. 5 seconds. Boom. Let's see what we got. Who's the winner? 23. That's my lucky number. Does that mean I win? Black is My Beauty and Travis Nelson both have 23. Do we have any more 23s? Let's see, a 22, a couple 22s. All right, so between Travis Nelson and Black is My Beauty, I'm gonna have you guys both pick a number from 1 to 10 when I say go. All right, hope you guys are ready. Closest wins. Travis Nelson, Black is My Beauty. Ready? Go. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, I forgot to refresh the page. 1 sec. And 5. Travis, congratulations. Alright, Travis, I'm going to send you a PM right now with my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to go to boondockvapes.com. You're going to pick out those 4 flavors. There's my email address. Pick out those 4 flavors that you want. Put those in the email to me. Also send me the nic level that you want, and send me the PG-VG ratio, and send me your shipping address. And I will send those on to Boondock Vapes, and they'll get your sample pack on to you. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, Boondock Vapes. And like I said, highly recommend the juice or the fruit blends. Mojo is really awesome. It's like a spicy peach flavor. Tropic Thunder is, you know, exactly what you would think. Fruit Spunk's really good. Gosh, I can't even remember off the top of my head. Those are my 3 favorites that I've tried so far. So, oh, Boondock Vapes is in the room. I didn't even realize you guys are in here. Sorry, I haven't been paying close attention to chat tonight. I have so much crap up on my screen right now. It's infuriating, and tons of crap going on around me here too. So I'm not one of the lucky folks that has their own show producer. I got to do all this myself. So, so yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Travis. Yes, you definitely should. Like I said, anybody that likes fruit vapes, go over there and try out a couple of the fruit blends. They're good stuff. So yeah, I haven't tried Monkey Shines yet. But yeah, so thanks again to Boondock Vapes for the giveaway. Thank you all of my wonderful sponsors, Allison Vapeland, Discount Vapors, Boondock Vapes, and RTD Vapor for providing all the giveaways for tonight. I mean, I consider myself very lucky that I have 4 wonderful sponsors that are all 4 people that I love to buy things from and love to spend money with. I mean, Boondock and Allison Vapeland have awesome juice. Discount Vapors has just a ridiculous selection of stuff, and he's got the best prices, and he's got awesome customer service. Eric over there. RTD Vapor, I mean, you're not going to get better prices on batteries. He's got all the wire you'll ever need. I mean, a lot of stuff that a lot of other places don't carry. And yeah, and Randy over there is awesome too. He's another one with great customer service. Actually, all 4 of the sponsors I've got have awesome customer service. So I consider myself lucky. So we have reached the last 20 minutes of my show, which means that we have open forum. So if anybody has any questions about any of the devices that I talked about tonight, if anybody has any questions about any of my sponsors, if anyone has any questions for anyone else that happens to be in the room at the moment, if anybody wants me to shut the fuck up, you're welcome to say so in chat, and I will happily oblige. If anyone really likes metal and they want to talk about that, or you're enjoying the instrumental metal that I have playing in the background and have questions about the bands that are playing, we can discuss that too. Whatever you want. Go. Where do you get giant rolls of Canthal? You get giant rolls of Canthal from RTD Vapor. Now, when you say giant, do you mean giant as in like industrial size for a co-op? Like you want to buy 10,000 feet and sell it in increments? Or do you mean giant as in like you want to buy 50 or 100 feet or something like that? If you want to get like 50, 100 feet, RTD Vapor is the way to go. If you want to go industrial, then I mean, I know there's a ton of places, just Google it. 50 or 100 feet, RTD Vapor. In fact, were you on when I did the giveaway earlier today? Or had you not come online yet? Because I actually gave away 50 feet of 28 gauge Canthal earlier today from RTD Vapor. So, but they, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm sorry you didn't win, but you know, maybe next time. But they have, I think they have 28, 30, 32, and 34. Some in 50, some in 100, some in both. So definitely check them out. And it's also the best place to go to buy batteries too. His battery prices are fantastic. I think battery prices are going to be going up across the board, though. I don't know if you guys heard about what's going on with the lithium battery regulations, but because of what happened with, I guess, a lithium battery exploded in an airplane not too long ago. I don't know the details of that, but they're being stricter with the regulations on shipping lithium batteries now, so the price is going up a little bit on those. I don't think it's going to be an exorbitant increase, but they're going up across the board. So, how come Ghost still has a hotspot? I must have missed that. I mean, Ghost, you are a hotspot. What does the hot spot look like? Is it like a little point that's getting really hot, or is it just like a section of one of the coils that's getting really hot? Travis, pick 4 separate flavors and email me what 4 flavors you want with the other information. You're actually getting bigger bottles than what comes in their typical sample pack. You're getting 6 milliliter bottles instead of 3. Sometimes it sparks, sometimes it's just the top. Almost going evenly before you filled it up with juice. Interesting. Try. Oh, good night, Dark Moon. Try twisting the wick a little bit. It might just be that there's a spot on the top of the wick, especially if it's the top coil, that maybe is getting a short. As far as like whether or not it happened before or after you put the juice on, I don't really know why that would be, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, if you're getting a spark, then that's typically from a short. If it's just like a hot segment, then it might just be because it's not pressed enough. It's not snug enough against the wick, because it does have to be snug against the wick. Not choking it, but it has to be touching the wick. You might just be your own bad luck charm. I am not sure about the wick hole diameter and length needed for the Cobra. The 5 milliliter Cobra is gigantic, though, and you will definitely need to make a longer wick than the typical wick for a Genesis style atomizer, but I'm not sure what the wick hole size is, sorry. Yeah, I wish I could see it, Ghost, because if I could see what the hotspot looks like, I don't know if you can hop on one of the cams maybe and show me, then I might be able to help you. But it's tough to say without looking at it. Did you try putting a washer on it like we talked about? Ah, okay. That might actually help. You might just be getting a hot leg at the top. Although, actually, if you're getting a spark, probably not. I love the song, by the way. This is Cosmogenesis by Keith Merrow. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be fantastic once the coil breaks in a little bit. Zombie Apocalypse is really good stuff. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if Boondock is still in here, but I completely forgot to mention, I don't know why I spaced on this, but Travis, if you're still in here, my favorite juice, and the whole reason why I ordered from them to begin with, is mango. It's a clean, like, crisp, actually tastes like a fruit mango flavor. It doesn't taste like fake, like Jolly Rancher equivalent of mango. That was what they had out as samples over at VaporCon, and that was kind of what drew me to them to order in the first place. So you might recommend trying that one. Their mango's really good. So. Oh, I didn't mention that, Allegria. I should mention that. And if you want to throw the link in chat here, I'm fine with that too. Yeah. Go for it. So Allison Vapeland and Fancy Juice are actually doing a joint contest, which is pretty interesting. I guess the way that it works is pick a Fancy Juice and pick a juice from Alice in Vapeland that you think would taste good blended together, and then come up with a name for it and submit that. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Interesting idea. I have never tried Fancy Juice, so I know, shame on me. I've heard very good things about them, but I haven't tried them. I pretty much vape Boondock Vapes and Alice in Vapeland, and sometimes I vape Fluid, and that's pretty much it. So, but I do need to try Fancy Juice. Yeah, I've heard great things about Fancy Juice. You know, similar to AIV and Boondock, they put a lot of time into each flavor, and you can tell. So I appreciate that, you know. It's like I've said before, I mean, when I go to a site and they have 200 flavors, I'm like, you know, I don't know that I trust that. So. I think it sucks, Ja. I think you guys should be assholes to each other. It's the only way to get ahead in this world. Be a dick. I don't see you on a side cam. Where are you? You're not even on a side cam, Ghost. How am I supposed to see that? No, you first. Third down. I don't see you. Does anyone else see Ghost in the third cam? Is it just me that can't see him? Okay. There you are. You coming up on... Oh, now you're gone. You came up on the fourth cam for a second, and gone. You disappeared. Right, yeah, how are we supposed to see a ghost? Good point. He's blinking in and out, you know, like a ghost. Oh, there you are. Aww. Is it even doing it, Ghost? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Yeah. So you're getting a little hot spot on the top leg there. That's probably you've probably got a little bit of a short somewhere at the top near where the wire is actually about to lead off to the positive post. So try twisting the wick a little bit. You might want to try actually pulling the wire off of the wick a little bit up at the top. You still want the coil where it's wrapped around to be touching the wick, but where it starts to come off from the positive post, maybe try to separate it out from the wick a little bit. Because if it's too snug, if it's too snug, it's actually more likely to cause a short. So fiddle around with it a little bit. Use a toothpick though. Don't use anything metal. Either that or use your fingernail, because if you use something metal, it'll scrape the oxidation off, and then it'll cause more shorts. Yeah, pull it off. Tug it off, dude. Yank it. Yank it! Did you guys see the, did any of you guys see the, hold on a sec. Let me find this. I gotta show you something to you guys real quick. Just give me 1 second. I gotta find a media file real quick. Let's see if I even have this saved anywhere. Man. Hold on, I gotta find this. Just give me 1 sec. Hold on. Yeah. What do you think of that, Fortune, huh? A tub and rub will change your day. So I have to admit, first of all, that is hilarious. Secondly, when I saw it, I definitely thought it said rub and tug the first time that I looked at it. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't realize that they gave happy endings at this Chinese restaurant. But then I realized it said tub and rub, which honestly, I don't really know that that's any better. Maybe a little bit. But I do also think that it's funny that the learn Chinese word on there is football. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's funny. But anyway, yeah, rub and tug will, a tub and rub will change your day. So there you have it. Yeah. So I got that last week for my fortune at a little Chinese restaurant I went to for lunch. Good stuff. So we got 4 minutes left. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. You still working on your AGA there, Ghost? Any luck? About the feather? What feather? I don't know what you're talking about. The feather? No, I seriously have no idea what you guys are talking about. Oh, the feather from the discussion between Ghost and I? Yes, Ghost, I think you should talk about the feather. Oh, no, it's just, you know, a sex toy thing between Ghost and I. It's all good. Bye, Allegria. Oh, you're already gone. Probably didn't hear that. So, yeah, Ghost and I are intimate. You know, it's not a big deal. He's actually a woman. He just looks like a dude. Sex change didn't go so well, but... Wow, Eric, nice. Thanks, dude. Way to class up the end of the show, bro. Sick bastard. You know what's really funny? Eric, do you mind if I tell them who you are? Like as far as the mods and ECF goes? Alright, so Eric, Ghost, you'll appreciate this. Eric is actually the guy that invented the AFPV. That really nice looking hybrid for a really good price over at ECF, the co-op. Yeah, the sick bastard that's showing off his nipple. Yep, that's him. He's the guy running the co-op. You sure you want in on that still? But, yeah, he's actually hopefully going to be coming on as a guest once the AFPV is ready to go. And hopefully we'll keep his nipple to himself and we'll talk more about the mod. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I trust him. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a topless interview or something. Or bottomless, I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to go that far for the camera, but yeah. Good times, good times. Well, guys, we've only got 2 minutes left, so if there's if you guys have any other questions about any of the mods, devices that we talked about today, last chance to show off your nipples. Looking at you, Sam. If you want to get in on that, just saying. I'm sure some people here would appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, do it, Ghost. Oh, I thought you stood up to give us a show, dude. Good night, Boondock. Thank you very much. Yeah, ghost nips. Actually, you can't see his nips. Oh, here it comes. You gonna drop trow too? Whoa. Settle down, fella. This isn't our private room, man. Alright, well, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to wrap things up and head to bed. So, thank you guys so much for coming to the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations to everybody that won. And, yeah, if anybody has any suggestions about stuff that they want to see on the show, maybe if there's a specific tutorial you want to see, if there's a specific device you want me to talk about or review, send me, the best way to contact me is send me a PM on ECF. If you're on ECF, my name on ECF, oddly enough, is The Hill Giant with spaces. So, yep, actually I will be doing a ceramic wick review, Monkey, as soon as I get those. I'm actually waiting for, I'm waiting to get them from one of the Erics. I'm either going to get them, I'm not sure if I'm going to, yep, the Hill Giant on ECF, that's me. I'm either going to get them from the co-op for the AFPV or from Eric over at Discount Vapors. I'm getting them from both. I'm not sure who I'm going to get them from first, probably Discount Vapors actually, but as soon as I do get them, we'll be talking about those on the show. So, oh, sorry, yeah, ECF is e-cigarette forum. And actually, if you're on any of the other forums and you want to contact me, I actually have the same name on all of them. Vaporwall, Vape Pit, New Vapor, e-cigarette forum. You can contact me on Facebook if you want. I am first name Mike, last name all one word, The Hill Giant. So, yeah, if there's anything you want to see on the show, just let me know. Be happy to accommodate. Always looking for feedback, too. So, you know, if there's anything you didn't like about the show, you can fuck off. No, you can tell me, and perhaps I will accommodate making changes to the show for you, but probably not. So, yeah, so that's it for tonight, everyone. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.